What's up, everybody? You're back in here with the Pro Football Pod. You've got Hulk, you've got Coach, you've got Austin. We're hanging out with you guys. We appreciate you stopping in for this Colts episode where we do a 7-round mock draft, give a little bit of an off-season preview, try to make the squad better. Hit that subscribe button down below. Every 500 subscribers, we're giving away a free jersey to one of you lucky viewers. One of you guys. Maybe two of you guys. So help us help you. We're just going to go ahead and dive right into it because you come here for a specific reason, and we want to give that reason to you. So the Colts didn't have too many offensive moves this year. They did bring in Cameron Bynum at safety, Travarius Ward at corner, Danny Dimes, the Jones man himself at quarterback to, kind of push Anthony Richardson a little bit. Neville Gallimore as far as, some defensive interior depth. Didn't really lose too many people of value. Ryan Kelly leaving at center and Will Fries leaving at guard. Okay, that does put a hole, but their offensive line is still solid.
Yes.
So we were talking about it pre-show. We think the way this team is currently constructed, we can absolutely add some killer pieces here because we kind of have the luxury of going best player available in most situations.
Agreed.
So let's go ahead and start that up. Let's see what we're working with here.
Tyler Warren went. Damn.
Of course he did.
Dolphins took Matthew Golden.
That tells me they traded Tyreek Hill. So, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And I know we're at 14 here. Tyler Warren's gone.
They need cornerback? Not really.
See, they do need outside corners. So, like, Will Johnson here would make a lot of sense. I think safety is still a need for them, even though they brought in Cameron Bynum. So, like, Malachi Starks would be dope.
Yeah.
But also, I would be 100% okay with just reaching and taking Colson Loveland here. I think they need tight end that bad.
That's not too far a reach. Really isn't.
It's not that far a reach, but to
I say
me, like, the
they're in that
second
spot.
tight end off the board, and to me, there's only 2 first-round tight ends in this draft. It's Tyler Warren and it's Colson Loveland.
Yeah.
What's the next team that needs a tight end?
Based
badly.
off of needs, it's going to be the Chargers at 22.
So, yeah, you definitely have to pick before they do. But I think you could go to the Broncos, they don't really – do they need a tight end? They might need one.
The reason I say tight end now instead of waiting is because, to me, Tyler Warren and Colson Loveland are the 2 tight ends in this draft that can come in day one and start for you.
Yeah.
Whereas if we wait on a tight end and say in the second round we do take an Elijah Arroyo, we take a Harold Fannin at some point, like, those are good pieces.
And how much value are you really going to get
Colson
for
Loveland and the next guy?
5 picks?
And at this point, the only teams that want to trade up with us are 16 or past the Chargers. Like, the Broncos aren't trying to
pull
trade
the trigger.
up. So, yeah.
Get our guy.
I agree with you. The only other thing I would maybe think to do would be to get Amari and Hampton.
But they got this dude, and he is him.
They don't have a need at running back right away.
Yeah.
That would be a horrible thing for teams to have to deal with both of them. But yeah, I'm about it. Let's just
yeah, because we could do the thing to where we do trade back with the Cardinals, go back a couple spots. We can still take Colson Loveland and pick up an extra pick, but
bullshit. Whatever.
We're not going to play around with it that much. Let's just take Loveland.
They're gonna hate us at the end for the pick.
Oh, like I don't care if they hate us. Like, look at your roster and look.
No.
I'm
saying PFF.
Anthony
PFF is gonna hate that pick. They're gonna be like, you guys should have taken.
They can eat a big old bag of you know what.
So we pick at 45. We pick again at 80. Again, going with like best player available. They really don't need much at wide receiver. Alex Pierce.
I'm looking at Benjamin Morrison.
Yeah.
I think they need outside corner help bad. I think in the second round here, he's a steal in my opinion.
Yep.
Because I think he could go at the end of the first. He does have the injury concerns. But, I mean, to me, looking at what we got on the board here versus what the needs are, I don't see a linebacker high enough for me right here to where I'd want to take that. I'm not seeing a safety that's just absolutely jumping out at me. We took our tight end. I think it's too early for a running back. I think it's too early for a developmental quarterback.
I
So
don't mind
just
them going
looking at the
edge
board
here.
versus the needs, I think it's Benjamin Morrison.
So Samson Ibukama didn't play in 2024, but had a absolutely phenomenal 2023.
Yeah,
He
they're
is
not replacing
30 years old.
Samson. Yeah. Now he is
Oh
up there
my
in
god.
age.
Yeah. And now Quiddy Pay has been solid for them, taking him in the first round 4 years ago.
And they did draft Liatu Latu last year as well.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. I forgot about that.
He
So
didn't play much.
yeah, I think that he could though he could develop. So we're talking about Benjamin Morrison. I don't see anyone super high up here like that. That's going to be better.
The only
Javon
other
Ravel would also, he is, for his size and the athleticism that he has at 6'3", 190, and the dude can run a legit 4.4.
The thing that scares me is like he played 3
TCU.
games last year.
Yeah, he's another one to where you're looking at the injury history, but if we're comparing the two athletes, I think
Pull up
Siobhan Ravel is the better athlete.
Princely for me.
Mm-hmm.
How y'all
Princely's
feeling about
great.
him?
We love him as a prospect, but again, if we're trying to tackle needs and we're also trying to tackle best player available, I see what Justin means about taking Benjamin. Honestly, I probably would want to go Siobhan. That size.
I didn't even see him on the board. Like I lean Siobhan over Benjamin anyways.
I think he's worth the risk. And for them, again, they don't like have this glaring need at it. It's just like that's probably the best position for them to go for in round 2.
I had Siobhan, which I think we're pronouncing that wrong, if I'm not mistaken, but I had him at number 3 on my list, and I had Morrison at 4.
Okay,
So I just got to stick to my list with that.
well, let's do it. Don't pick again till 80, so definitely quite a bit has gone off the board. Now we didn't go safety; we've gone tight end and corner.
Andrew Makuba being here is just like a gift from the gods.
Yeah, I'd seen him on the last one. That coverage grade is pretty phenomenal, and from a free safety, that's kind of what you're looking for. Run defense, missed tackle rate. Average depth of run tackle is a bit concerning, but again, from a free safety perspective, not really. The athlete that he is,
and he can give you box work, he can give you slot work. Like for a depth in a third safety piece, I like Makuba, and I think Makuba eventually becomes one of their starting safeties.
Looking at running back just to like have an idea of who's there and who's going to be gone come the next one because we don't pick till 117. Damian Martinez, RJ Heavy, Harvey.
Jaden Blue is there for our next pick.
I think he will
That is legit. That dude is a blazer at running back. Like I'm talking Devon A-Chain, but bigger.
And you're kind of getting that thunder and lightning with him because you already have a big, run stuffing type of exactly. And then you get to throw a little bit of speed in there whenever people are tired in the third and fourth.
Or even Trevor Etienne as well. So like I like what's there for us at running back. Wide receivers, not an immediate need for me to pull the trigger right now on Royals, Williams, or Trey Harris, or Jalen Noel. Like, I like the guys that are there.
Now, quarterback, I think it's a bit early.
Yeah, I think we're looking more towards down at like
151.
McCord, maybe Ewers, maybe Shuck.
Yeah.
Those type of guys. Just with them bringing in Daniel Jones, I think this coaching staff is just going to take a year to see what they have and then start off next year with a new guy. So, yeah, let's take Makuba right here, and then we're going to circle back and see what we got at running back. He's still there for us. Like, I think Jaden Blue is like, I don't even have to think twice about it.
What do you think, Austin?
There's some tough prospects there. I really like Trevor Etienne. I like Rashad Smith, and I love Mason Mullins. I also love Kyle Monangai. So I'd be fine with any one of these guys. They're all really similar.
What's the overall board look like right here?
Overall, it's looking like Jaden Blue's super high up on the board. Will Howard's there. Yeah, as far as like best player available, I
It's
want to
not
say
a,
it's like
it's
Trevor
it's pretty
Etienne, Jaden
solid.
Blue.
I would go. I wouldn't mind it.
Whenever you said Achane,
He
but
is Devon
bigger,
Achane, but bigger.
I mean
I mean,
that's
that's pretty
Like
exciting.
every time the guy touches the ball, it's absolutely can be a home run threat.
I think that's what
Hell,
they
I'm
need.
pretty sure in the college football playoff, one of the announcers said, once he gets the ball, he can take it to the house at any time. And then literally the very next play, he took it to the house. Like, now that may have been Travion Henderson, but I digress. I like Jaden Blue a lot.
Yeah, I mean that's the description I need for me to want a running back. Achane,
Is he pretty good in the receiving game?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know Trevor is really good in the receiving game.
um, yeah, his receiving yards was 365 this past year. Let's see, Trevor.
41 receptions.
He had more receiving yards and more receptions than Trevor Etienne.
More
Yeah, I think
work. He was getting a
Yeah.
lot more work. Trevor was split backfield.
true.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true.
Jaden Blue.
Jaden Blue.
All right, Kyle Williams. He's just gonna
You
be
can
there.
always use a receiver, bro. Like, I don't know. That should
Like,
definitely be a need for them.
at this point in the draft, sitting in round 5, I
think
think
this is when
taking
we have
Kyle
to-
Williams wouldn't be a bad pick.
I just is he really gonna like push Pittman and Pierce and Downs for like starting? Like you're not gonna throw four
Now-
wide receivers out there and the tight end that we just drafted for them.
This is from an outside perspective to where my argument against Kyle Williams, Anthony Richardson is not the type of quarterback that can supply 4 wide receivers.
Nope.
With Pittman, Williams, Pierce, and Downs. Like, he's just not. So with Kyle Williams, you're bringing him in as, can you take the spot of Alec Pierce?
Yeah.
And
if
so
you're
I
not
think
better
Pierce
than
has still
that,
shown enough to where, you don't want to give up on him as your wide receiver too. So I understand, going down another route.
I think I like going Kyle McCord here. I know that it's a bit early. Quinn Ewers is kind of falling into place, but we've talked extensively in the past about McCord and what his career would have looked like if he didn't leave and go to Syracuse. So
Yeah. I'm not mad at it. I like Kyle McCord as a late round prospect.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the 5th round. At this point, they need a third quarterback anyways. They have 2 of them on the roster. You have to have a third that's like the emergency backup. So at best, you have this guy that the coaching staff gets to pick their own guy and gets to develop along a little bit. I think that he could be a nice, solid developmental guy.
He's better than
And
Quinnen.
he's very different than Jones and Richardson to where he's not looking to use his legs near as much. Now, I don't know how much that would vibe with Steichen's offense, but it could very well be one of those, what we've been doing isn't working, so let's get something different in here.
I don't
I
know.
want to talk
man.
about someone who can handle 3 receivers. That'd be Quinn Ewers,
Yeah.
gunslinger.
They're very close in like their statistical.
I like Ewers as far as his versus McCord as far as his playmaking ability. As far as pure passer, I'd give the edge to McCord. But playmaking ability, I would lean Ewers. And I think Ewers would allow them to not have to change their offense very much.
If they didn't have Anthony Richardson, I would like Tyler Shaw.
Yeah, I mean Shaw's
The boy can play.
A little bit less on the completion percentage, but like 6 interceptions compared to 12 for both of these other guys is huge. Obviously,
He's a playmaker too.
competition matters, and he didn't have the type of competition that fucking Texas went up against. I mean, look at this game for
The D
Georgia.
line that they're trying to go against is
If this game
insane.
didn't happen for Quinn Ewers, then his grades would be so much
Look at
better.
the other Georgia game.
True.
They
That
made up
was
for it.
also in the postseason.
True. Very true.
See, I like going Quinn and Ewers here. I know I was talking Kyle McCord at first, but the more I look at it, the more man, what a way to finish the season. Jesus.
Oh, the end of the season run for Kyle McCord was electric. Like,
All
and
right,
you can see
you
it
guys
right
make
there.
the
Like the
decision.
Boston College game, he turned it on. I lean Quinn just for the fit in the offense.
Okay.
Yeah, likewise.
All right. 189. We've got one pick after this.
I know we talked about it in our last episode, but Ty Robinson here right now for me would make some sense just with this fact that DeForest Buckner is up there in age, and so is Grover Stewart. So, like, they do need some youth as far as the interior of that D line goes.
Yeah, I like that. Let's see because we might even be able to go back to back on it. 232. Howard Cross is still there. He's pretty small.
Yeah, he's your bowling ball.
Stackhouse. With a name like Stackhouse, you better be big as
That's
fuck.
a dope freaking name, bro.
Right. Nazir Stackhouse.
Nazir
is big.
Stackhouse.
Run defense grade is really high too. We could potentially take him.
That's what he is a run stuffer.
Yeah. So we could take Ty Robinson right now and then take Nazir Stackhouse and bring him kind of like that athletic. Oh my God, 6'6", 310. I didn't even realize that. Wow. Let's stop talking and draft this guy. That's a fucking
We took
mountain.
3 Texas players in a row. I did not even realize that.
That's nuts. Yeah, that's nuts.
That's hilarious.
We like the Tejas.
That is hilarious.
Oh my God.
So we haven't taken any wide receivers, and taking the discounted CeeDee Lamb isn't. I feel like this is a trend that's going to happen a lot in these episodes now.
He's opened up.
But yeah,
our late round darling.
Yeah, I mean, what's not to like about this guy? 1 touchdown. That's the only thing not to like about it. But he plays for the fucking Razorbacks.
But you've seen what I saw in this kid. Like,
yeah,
I saw some potential.
and
There's
he's
a reason
had
he's
very
like
solid
5 or
games.
6 on my chart.
1,140 yards, 118 targets, only
Yeah,
78
and
receptions.
that's the only thing is if you take his season, but say he has 7 touchdowns instead.
Yeah, he's
much
drafted in the first 5
higher
rounds.
on the board.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, for a 7th round pick, I wouldn't hate it. I think that he doesn't push Alec Pierce today or even like right away, but he could potentially push for wide receiver too.
Well, it gives you depth too because Pittman Jr. is getting older. He
And he
was
gets
dealing
hurt.
with injuries last year. Downs deals with injuries on the regular, so you've got to just get some bodies in the room. Let's do it.
Did we get them a linebacker?
We did not.
We could use a linebacker, especially late here.
Smil Munden is not going to add as much value or any of these guys really than I would for like having a backup wide receiver. And like Zaire Franklin,
I'm totally for that pick.
I still like this guy. I know that he's had 3 down seasons, but I like him as a player. I think that he can bounce back to what he used to be. Andrew Armstrong is the pick. Let's see how we did. Oh, what they
I
didn't
feel good
like
about
our
it,
first round
especially
pick?
only working with 7 picks.
Oh, we should have taken Mike Green for sure.
Okay. Well,
D.
I mean, they would have just had a stable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we knew that first pick was going to come in bad because it was considered a reach, but whatever.
Yeah.
Taking 3 Texas players in a row is kind of wild. I can't believe
they
we
love
just
that too,
allowed
though.
ourselves
A,
to do that,
B,
but
B minus, and we got a B
they're not
in total.
Yeah, if Colson Loveland, you take that pick away, and they love our draft.
Yeah, they would have given us a
I just
B
think
plus.
we reached a little bit, but I don't care. I like what we did. Hey, Colts fans, inevitably you're going to jump in the comments, tell us we're idiots, and tell us we should have taken somebody else.
Yep.
If you're going to tell us we should have taken somebody else, at least come with reasoning behind it. That's all I ask for, because I'm simply just going to reply with, thank you for watching. We love you guys. Hit that subscribe button down below. TulsiRoseTea.com is the sponsor. Peace out.
Shoes up, baby. Shoes up.
Oh, shoes up. Get your shoes up.
Well,
Who is it now?